How's it going, traders? It's Papa Wall Street back with another sector review. Today we're going to look at my top sectors and ETFs. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below so you can get these actionable charts as soon as they come up. If you can, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about these chart videos. Also, feel free to watch them on 1.5 speed if you feel like I'm talking too slow, and keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm only doing this for entertainment purposes only. Let's dig into the charts. So first up, we got the DIA. This is your Dow Jones Industrial Average. And you can see we are in a falling wedge. We did close the gap from 2 weeks ago here, and we closed above our 50% retrace at 314.60. Next logical target is going to be 318.89. We actually have a fib cluster that's perfectly matched here. A 382 from one swing high, swing low, and a 618 from one high, swing low. So if we can break through that level, we also have a gap here to the upside. I could turn on our GapSnake here, and you could see this gap right here, right to our 50% retrace at 314, right to our gap here at 323.17. So yeah, taking it one step at a time, but I feel like if we can break through this cluster, we should zoom right through this gap here, up to that 321 level that I mentioned, and then 325 would be my next stop to the upside. We are coming into 50 RSI, which tends to act as a little bit of resistance, and we also have a declining 50 simple moving average, which looks to be tracking right on our downtrend line here. So I think this 318.89 to 319 level, that's going to be a really key level here for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Next up is SPY. And you could see SPY did come into my target zone last week. I don't know if necessarily the bottom is in, but certainly a bottom. And in this potentially being our wave 5 bottom of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline down. So if this count is accurate, what I would expect is a 3 wave counter trend rally. And it could look something like this: wave 1, or wave A, wave B, wave C. So that would be something I would be watching for in the coming couple of weeks if the bottom is in for now, right? We could rally all the way back up to 415 in the next few weeks. Again, if the bottom is in. We could certainly come up and hit our 50 simple moving average here, over the next few trading sessions, and then come back down. We can fail, at 400 here and come back down. So, we have to take it one day at a time. But right now you could see we are rallying for 5 days. It's a pretty big rally. I mean, we've had some pretty big rallies here, in the past, which ultimately ended up in a further move and a further decline back down. So you have to trade what's in front of you. You can't take for granted that, the bottom may be in, it may not be in. We don't know. We can only trade what is in front of us. And for now, it looks like the market wants to rally. And these rallies, at least the rally on Friday, was rip-roaring. I mean, we had some really big moves on Friday. So let's see if we do get a continuation into next week. And keep in mind, last week was a holiday shortened week. So we're going to get a full weeks of action this coming week. So let's take a look at the Qs. Pretty similar story to SPY here. Potential wave 5 bottom down here. Now, again, could this be the bottom here? Absolutely. It certainly could be. Is it? I don't think so. We obviously lost the December 2018 low anchored VWAP here, which acted as support. Then we gapped below it, and now we've closed that gap from back here. We also have another gap up above right here. So yeah, I think the key level to watch is going to be 309 to the upside. I think if we can crack over 309, obviously we have the COVID low anchored VWAP right above, right at around 312. But 309, I think, is a big level, to the upside. So 294, I think 298, 300, and then 309 would be my levels to watch to the upside. Next up is IWM. Definitely relatively weaker over this downtrend. We broke through the COVID low, we broke through the November 18 low, and then we came all the way down to the February 2016 low anchored VWAP right here, which was right at the bottom of our channel. Very clear channel to the downside. You have a low, a lower low, and another lower low. You have a high, you have a lower high, lower high, lower high. So yeah, I mean, we broke back through 1618 extension at 172. We entered the gap. We've got another 2 gaps right above. So I think as the market goes, so IWM will go, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But my first target here would be up to this 50 simple moving average. Next up is the dollar index. I'm going to zoom out for this one. And you could see that we are coming into the 2020 pre-COVID drop highs. And, as the dollar rises, so the market falls. And, we have to just, watch the inverse correlation, the inverse relationship that the dollar index has to the market. We want this to fall. We want this to come back and test this 50 simple moving average, and we want it to drop below that, because that will mean less pressure on stocks, and stocks will go up. So keep an eye on that inverse correlation with the dollar index. So let's take a look at some sectors. We've got KWEB. We've been talking about KWEB for a few weeks now. These are your Chinese tech stocks. They have been showing relative strength. Pinduoduo is one of the names that we've been watching very, very closely, showing really nice relative strength. But obviously a handful of other names are also showing relative strength. Let's get onto our session chart. And, you could look at Techie, you could look at Baba, you could look at JD and Pinduoduo, PDD, as I mentioned. But for now, yeah, looking pretty good over that 50 simple moving average. Watch 3384 to the upside. We break that. We should come up to that declining 200 simple moving average here in the red line. But yeah, KWEB still looking relatively strong. Solar stocks took a little bit of a break on Friday, not as rally hungry as the rest of the market was, but still nice setup here, nice cup and handle setup. So what I would expect, watch for a test of that 200 simple moving average. We got a daily close over that. Really the level I'm watching is 78.64. That's going to put us over the neckline, and then 84 to the upside would be my next target on TAN. And some of these names we could look at, ENPH, Solar Edge. I don't know where my little identifying chart names are, but Solar Edge, Run, ticker RUN, SEDG, ENPH, some of the names that you could look at for solar. Here's our next sector. These are your cloud stocks, Google, Microsoft, Oracle, and the rest here. You could see cloud stocks came right into that declining 50 simple moving average. Watch for a break above. I think the next level I'm really curious to see how we react around is 73.82. You can see that's a 382 retracement, but was also resistance back here before it had been prior support, and then it failed. So watch that level, then 75.38, 77.61, possibly 81.41 to the upside. That will put us right into this downtrend line. Last sector, but certainly not least, is biotech. Biotech is another one that's been showing nice relative strength over the last week. NTLA, mRNA, CTYK, or CYTK. And you could see nice rally off this bottom here. And we did have a TTM squeeze, slingshot squeeze that had fired to the upside. It might be coming to the end of it firing. We might still see a little bit of a move up to about $80. That would bring us right to that downtrend line. But keep in mind, we are above that 50 simple moving average now. So if we can get through this downtrend line, I think, 83.64, we've got a little cluster here at 382 and a 618. We also got a little cluster here between 89.59 and 90.33. Those would be my target areas to the upside. And again, plenty of room on RSI to move. And keep in mind, we also have a supply zone up above here. So ultimately, if we do break above, this would be the area I would be targeting into that supply zone. Basically, your bag holders who have bought back here, if they're still holding from down here, then they may sell into you as price comes into supply. So keep that in mind. These are the sectors that I'm going to be watching into next week. And stay tuned. I will have another video up on some of my top momentum plays for next week. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will catch you in the markets tomorrow.